Does your mind ever feel so crazy busy that calm or clarity or inspiration seem just out of reach? In a world full of constant distractions and quick dopamine hits, how do we stay focused, creative, present, and in rhythm with ourselves? I'm Chris Carroll, your friendly neighborhood Vedic guide. I am a holistic Ayurvedic coach and multidisciplinary artist. I help conscious creatives and high performers like you slow down, stay present, and create meaningful work without burning out. What if living well meant slowing down and tuning in to your body's natural wisdom? Ayurveda, the ancient science of life, offers us timeless insight to reconnect with our body and mind. So sit back and chill. Let's explore what this is all about together. So things that we'll be covering today is what is Ayurveda, why it matters, and how to start applying it to our lives. What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is a 5,000-year-old health system from India. Ayurveda means knowledge of life or science of life. Ayur meaning life, Veda meaning knowledge or wisdom. Ayurveda focuses on balance, not just treating symptoms, whereas Western allopathic medicine is treating disease and symptoms after they've occurred in the body. The focus of Ayurveda is to prevent this disease through lifestyle, nutrition, and activity. 3 pillars of health in Ayurveda are food, what we ingest, breath, and sleep. And foundational to Ayurveda is self-awareness. Ayurveda reminds us that we are not separate at all from nature. Whether you believe in God or some higher power or spirit or whatever you want to call it, I'm sure that you've felt some sort of aliveness while in nature, while exploring a forest or dipping your toes in the ocean at a beach, spending time in the garden, or walking in the sun. I think we can all get on board with our connection to nature and how that brings us into more alignment with our healthiest self. It reminds us through nature that our body and mind follow natural patterns. Health ultimately comes from aligning with those rhythms in a way that's sustainable for our own well-being. So what are the goals of Ayurveda? One of the main goals is to understand your unique mind and body type. And after discovering those, making daily choices that support balance. Balance is the key. Like we said before, preventing disease before it starts to maintain health in the healthy person. Ultimately feeling clearer, stronger, and grounded in our daily life. I'm sure you're very familiar with the 5 elements. These 5 elements comprise everything in nature. But let's review. First, we have earth. Qualities of earth are dense, heavy, cool, and still. Water. Water is smooth, moist, flowing. Fire. Fire is sharp, hot, and intense. Air. Air is dry, light, and moving. Though contrary to popular belief, the 5th element is not heart, it is ether. Ether is spacious, subtle, and empty. Unique to Ayurveda are what is called the doshas. What are the doshas? The doshas are patterns of how the 5 elements of nature combine in our bodies. Dosha literally means that which can fall out of balance. Each dosha has strengths and tendencies to imbalance. Knowing our doshas help us to stay balanced. There are 3 doshas. The first is Vata, which is comprised of air and ether. Its qualities are dry, mobile, light, and cold. Next is Pitta. Pitta is fire and water. Its qualities are hot, sharp, oily, and intense. And last but not least is Kapha, which is earth and water. You can think of it like mud. Its qualities are heavy, steady, moist, and cool. And this is something that's overlooked when scouring the internet, is that everyone has all 3 doshas. Remember that, all 3 doshas. The goal is to balance all 3 together. Most people have 1 dominant dosha, and some have 2 doshas, known as dual doshic. It is extremely rare to have a balance of all 3 equally. This is said to be only found in enlightened people, swamis, gurus, Buddhas, etc. So what is it that throws us off balance? This can be stress, poor sleep, food choices, seasonal changes, and a lack of routine. How do we stay balanced and keep our doshas in check? A good thing to remember is that opposite qualities restore balance. So if you have a hot nature, find ways to cool down. If you have dry skin, especially in the winter, in Vata season, add moisture. There's something called abhyanga, which is self-massage, which is a great daily practice to incorporate. You can use any various types of oils, like sesame oil or coconut oil. If you have a scattered mind, create stability, incorporate more kapha elements, some of that grounding into your diet or routine. So how do we discover our doshic type? Well, you can take a quiz. There are many online. It usually consists of 30 questions about how you think, how you look, how you digest, etc. Once you discover your dosha type, read as much as you can about it to understand how you can balance those. Reflect on what it is that might be bringing you out of balance in your doshas. We can observe our habits and imbalances. One way that I've found to be productive is to keep a journal and try your best to document hour by hour what it is that you do every day. Try it for a week. You can then look back at the end of that week and see what it is that might be bringing you out of balance, whether it's through your diet or poor sleep habits or stress. I found that really easy to sort of remove things as I incorporate new healthy habits into my life. And a great way to discover your doshas or understand them on a deeper level is to work with an Ayurvedic guide. A coach or counselor can work with you on a lifestyle and habit level, or if you want to dig deeper with someone who can actually diagnose and work from a symptom level, you can work with an Ayurvedic clinician, somebody called Vaidya, also known as an Ayurvedic doctor. What are some simple daily practices that we can incorporate? We already talked about abhyanga, that self-massage. There's meditation techniques, also known as pranayama. But these are some that you can incorporate into your day, like eating warm, fresh meals. And one thing I found that's become really stabilizing in my life is waking up with the sun, particularly a half hour before the sun. Some Vedic texts would say to even wake up 2 to 4 hours before the sun rises. It's a great time to meditate, especially when you wake up, to find that calm before the craziness of the day ensues. Along with this is keeping a steady routine. Waking up at the same time every day, going to sleep at the same time every day really makes a big difference. There's something called dinacharya, which is a morning routine, which we will get into in later videos. It sounds simple and easy, but slowing down and listening to your body. Our minds are so distracted, and it always seems like we have a lack of time. But if you can set aside 10, 15, even 5 minutes just to pause, reflect, be with your breath, you can handle anything that comes at you. You can find that alignment again. Ayurveda helps us live in tune with nature. Small changes make the biggest impact. Maybe it sounds silly to say, but you already have this wisdom within you. Ayurveda helps us to remember it. Thank you for taking the time to walk with me on the first steps of this journey together. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Be well and stay aligned. Peace.